Welcome. In this session, we're going to look at the two topics of influence and persuasion. Knife and fork, brother and sister, of getting people to come round to your way of thinking. We're going to look at influencing style, influencing techniques, and a few little persuasion skills that might be useful. These are the pre-course materials that you would have seen on the e-learning, and these are some of the pre-course materials you will see after today. Now, when it comes to influence, there are three key points I'd like to really just cover quickly because they're so important to understand and use almost before you begin to try and influence or persuade someone. They are push and pull, choosing your style, understanding the dynamic of timing, and the importance of objectives. Let's look at these in more detail. Now, in order to be a person of influence with integrity, you need to be able to suggest and encourage, direct and motivate, and lead by example, sharing energy and ideas. It's very much about who you are more than any particular skills or techniques. That having been said, you can actually use two different approaches. You can push, propose, or suggest and lead. So here are some examples. I have a great idea. I think it'd be a real boost, really boost your results. You can do much better than that, really. I don't think you're going about it the best way. Now, these, of course, are push examples where you are promoting and proposing an idea, a course of action, or a thought very clearly and very obviously. The pull ideas are below. What ideas do you have? How did you calculate those target figures? And what would happen, or what would have to happen to improve that? Which is right, which is wrong? Well, they're both right. You need to vary it, of course, on the person, the context, and the thing you're trying to influence. It's about using energy to affect change. Now, push energy can be good if people are moving with you and they have rapport. Pull energy is good if you are perhaps communicating or influencing upwards, or you have a high level of resistance, or the person themselves is more cautious and indirect. You can see from this example that persuading and asserting is a push, and drawing and energizing is a pull. Let's look at a role play now. I'd like you to listen and watch this role play and see if you can detect the different types of push and pull influence styles. Now let's look at timing. We all know that if you want someone to come round to your way of thinking, agree to something you ask them, catching them in a good mood, choosing your moment, as it's known, is really important. And the reason for this is simply because of the state of mind and the chemicals in their brain at that time. So if somebody is very positive, having a great day, just finished a nice meal, thinking about what they're going to do at the weekend, and you come along and suggest, ask them something, then they're going to be much more receptive than if they just spent 4 hours in a really bad meeting, not enjoying themselves, and they've got a day tomorrow they're not looking forward to, and they're hungry and cold, and so it's not going to be quite as receptive. So there is also a trend and some science behind the time of day and the time of the week. So we'll cover that off in more details, but basically catch the mood of somebody. An open question such as, so how are you today? Do you have a moment to talk? Engage the body language and voice tone in the response. I need to get your thoughts on something. Is now a good time? And just see how much energy they have when they say yes, because they can say, yes, of course, that's great, or yes, okay then. And so choose your moment, because all the influence skills in the world can't really get over somebody who's in a really bad mood. Think about your experience. What are the best days and times and moments you've been successful in influencing or persuading people? Now, the last one on this topic is about objectives. Mentally rehearse both the outcome, the finishing part of the meeting, and also the process, how you want the conversation to go. And put that little movie in your mind's eye. Make it HD, 4K, Dolby surround sound, big IMAX experience. And the more times you run this, the more confidence, but of course the more you can edit and change and try things out. This is very powerful, and all professional presenters, persuaders, influencers, and negotiators do this properly without even realizing it.